if you sign up for one of their credit cards. And I always decline. I was like, I don't need any more. And I don't need my credit score taking any more hits or anything. But I also know people that are cutting coupons, and then they're becoming loyalty shoppers. So, you know, wherever they go. Now, I am a loyalty shopper at Office Max because I'm always buying a bunch of paper. I'm doing different things. So I stay loyal to them because then they give me back, you know, $10 or $15 on that. And I just keep going. I just keep going. But I'm not calculating like this huge savings. I just know that if I just consistently shop there, they're going to just be giving some money back. So I like that. But it's not like I'm really looking at this big, huge savings. But what I'm getting at is, what are you really saving? Or how much are you saving? And what are you actually doing with that? Because think about the gas savings. I did that real quick. I said, okay, if I'm going to get 25 cents off on my gas, after 200 gallons, that's a $50 savings. So I'm myself, as I'm asking other people, I'm like, what are you going to do with that $50? What are you going to get from it? And I was like, the average person will take that money and go have a meal, put it right back into the car, you know, spend it on some gas. Hold on a second. Let me get a little bit of this water here. They'll put it right back in the car. So it really won't do anything. So again, I'm asking, I'm like, what are you doing with that savings? You know, so signing up for all these different cards and you know, what are you really doing? So I said, instead of going around cutting coupons, signing up for all these credit cards and getting this deal, and you've got people that are actually on a real high professional tip that they're adjusting, they're changing balances with different cards and all that other stuff. And I say, what are you doing? Whether it's 500, whether it's 50, 500, 1,000, 10,000, what are you doing with that? If you're not investing it, then it almost defeats the purpose. So I said, you know, instead of trying to save, why not create more wealth? If you want to have more money in your pocket, why don't you go create something? And I'm not saying necessarily like people go work more hours. I'm saying create something, a little side hustle or something to where you're creating more wealth. Because what I tend to believe is that if you are constantly trying to save 10% here, sign up for something there, that you are operating in a mindset that I believe is cheap, limited, you're operating out of this scarcity mindset. Now that comes to mind because I think about where I was when I left the game of baseball. I was in a mindset of what I just said. I had no direction. I was very limited in my thinking as far as the things that I felt I could do. I felt lost, and I felt I did not have a purpose. It seemed like baseball was my purpose. Once that was removed, I had no purpose. So what I did was, you know, I took from people that I felt had what I wanted and what I needed, which I'm being nice and saying I robbed them. Okay, I robbed them. So now I'm going to prison. But while I was in prison, some things started to happen. I read a lot. And when I read a lot, I learned a lot. And one of the most powerful things that came out of that was I revealed myself, or I basically just uncovered again that I had value. I had value in myself. And because I had value, I personally looked at other people as having value. Because I took a long look at myself, I looked within instead of looking without, which I had been doing for years, for the validation. Now, here's what's interesting with that. I could read a lot, you could read a lot, you could learn a lot, and you can actually find out more about yourself, reveal the things, and have more value in yourself. But if you don't take that action and go do something with it and apply it, means nothing. Okay? So after all that learning in prison, I applied action. I got out, went to college, got my degree, started working, created a couple of businesses, and wrote actually 4 books. And pretty soon we're going to release the Plan Your Greatness book, and you'll be able to go online